Nick, what is the one thing that has impressed you the most with Coach Stefanski this year?
I mean, it's consistency. Probably every day coming in here, making sure we're working, never taking days off, always been the same guy.
What was your very first impression of him?
He was a younger person, younger guy, younger coach, probably the youngest coach I ever had as a head coach.
Thanks, Jake. Scott Petrick is next.
Hey, Nick, we asked you a lot about Baker. The way he played against the Steelers, did it just prove to you that he's really built for the playoffs?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the, like you said, I always have Baker's back. I mean, this is the guy who I've always seen since I've been here. The guy I played against when I was at Georgia, he was at Oklahoma. I mean, he's always been that guy. He's just showing him more.
And how much do you think he relishes playing a guy like Patrick Mahomes on such a big stage?
I mean, yeah, Baker, he always has that underdog mentality. And I'm sure, that's in his mind right now. I mean, he wants to go out and prove himself even more.
Thanks, Nick.
Hey, Scott. Nate Orrick, you're up.
Hey, Nick, speaking of Baker, we all often hear that, he has this like confidence. It's infectious. Can you explain what is it about his personality and the way he carries himself that is kind of something that spreads or, maybe lifts other guys or gets other guys, focused and locked in or fired up?
Yeah, he's a winner. I mean, that's his mindset. He's a winner. He's intense. He loves the game. I mean, he's also just a cool guy. I mean, you talk to him about anything, and he's very down to earth. And he's just a lovable guy. Everybody wants to be, around him. And that's just who he is.
So, do you think his? There's so much that goes into being a quarterback, right? But how valuable is personality to what he means to you guys?
Yeah, I think it's big. I think his personality definitely is something that's contagious. I mean, he's fun to be around. He makes coming to practice fun, even when times practice isn't fun. I mean, you look at him, and he's going to be the same guy, the same leader, the same person the guy that you need him to be during that moment. And so I think it's great.
Thanks, Nate. Steve Dorsick will go to you.
Nick, you have a number of other guys on the team who were in the playoffs before you got that experience yourself last week. What does it mean to have some of those guys who have not just been in playoff games, but actually had some big moments in playoff games?
Yeah, I mean, it's important. It's huge to have veteran guys and veteran coaches who've been in the playoffs. I mean, just so you just talk about the experience that they've had. I mean, I know guys telling me that speed is so much faster. I mean, it just means more in the playoffs, and I experienced that last Sunday.
Thanks, Steve. Marla Ridenour, you're up.
Yeah, Nick, can you tell how much this game means to Kareem? Have you talked to him about it or anything yet?
I mean, Kareem talked about this game all year like he knew it was going to happen. I mean, he's excited for it. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to watch him go out there and play. And, he's ready for it.
He ran so hard on Sunday. Can you imagine him turning it up?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I know he's very excited about it.
And one more quick thing about Coach Stefanski. You guys have such a belief in yourselves, and in him and Baker. Did he start instilling that, way back when you guys were on Zoom?
I mean, he's always been about the work, just getting guys coming here and work every day. That's probably the thing that, the biggest difference is every day we come in, we go to work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marla. Jeff Shadell, you're up.
Hey, Nick, we always talk about Patrick Mahomes, but when you look at that Kansas City defense, especially their run defense, what do you see?
Man, they have guys, very hungry guys who play hard, very intense and fast, and smart. I mean, athletic. I mean, they're a great defense in everything they do, and it'll be a challenge for us for sure.
Thank you, Jeff. Back to Scott Petrick.
And you and Kareem have become so close. How proud are you of you of him are you that he's been able to kind of straighten things up off the field and, you know, been able to stay eligible all season?
Yeah, I'm extremely proud. I mean, ever since I met Kareem, he's been a great person, a great guy who's definitely was like one of my best friends on the team. I mean, he's fun to be around, you know, also. And yeah, I mean, we're always, you know, cutting up, laughing together. Through the week on Sundays, we're running the ball together. So, I mean, he's definitely a person that I enjoy being around.
How much did he talk about the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl last year, and how much that bothered him that he wasn't a part of it?
Well, I remember last year, beginning of the season. I mean, yeah, I mean, he talked about it a little bit. It's like he knew they were going to go and win it all, and I know he wanted to be a part of it. But I mean, you know, he's here now, so he's ours now.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. We'll go back to Steve Dorshik.
Nick, one more about that experience of being in a playoff game. You know, obviously you were in big games in the national college playoffs and that sort of thing. But is there what can you say felt different about being in an NFL playoff game than other NFL games you've experienced?
Yeah, I think the fact that as winner go home makes it that more important because, I mean, every little thing matters. It's not a situation where you have a bad game, you can turn around next week. You have to make everything, you know, happen right there, and you can't have any mistakes. And I think that was the biggest difference in us and them in that game.
Thank you, Steve. We'll go to Scott Petrick for a final question for Nick Chubb.
Hey, Nick, do you know beforehand going into games how much you and Kareem are going to run the ball? Like, say, you know, you have an idea that you're going to get X number of carries?
No, I have no idea.
So you don't know this weekend if it's going to be a bunch of running the ball and trying to control the clock and keep the ball away from Pat?
No idea.
Is that what you're hoping?
Whatever we got to do.